So guys, I filmed a video of giving my worms rabbit manure. But in the video, I said that I was going to give it to the European night crawlers because if they died, they would be easier for me to replace. Well, since I moved my worms around, I got confused with the bins, and I ended up giving the manure to the red wigglers. Oh, I hope they don't die. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. Well, if they do, I'll just have to buy some more. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't mean to. I wanted to give it to the to the European night crawlers. There I go again. Anyway, I was going to delete the video and start over, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'll just tell them what I did. I mean, nothing strange for me. So anyway, enjoy watching some of Dee's videos. Her channel's called, let me pause it, Dee Worms Vermicomposting. Sometimes I just play them in the background and I listen as I do stuff around the house. But I love watching her channel, so you guys should check her out. She's really good with worms. Check her out, guys. There they are, having fun under the maxi pads. African night crawlers. They saw the light and went down. They're eating it. Let's check the European night crawlers. Ooh, they're loving the chow and being hidden under this thing. And now, let's check the red wigglers, as I call them, or red wigglies. Alright, let's see. Oh man, they're everywhere. These guys are so active. I love them. Oh, look at that. They love chow and maxi pad. Alright, they're doing great. So remember I told you guys I just cannot find rabbit manure in my area. I don't have a rabbit anymore, and there are very few people here who sell it, or there might be some around, but they give dewormer to the rabbit. I'm not sure if I give my worms the poop that they've given dewormer to, will it affect my worms? I don't know. I don't want to take a chance. So I went on eBay, of course, you know me and my eBay purchases, and I bought some rabbit manure from this guy. He says he does not deworm his rabbits, and that it's, you know, it's clean. And this is the package it came in. It's a 2-pound package. It is huge. And there's his name on eBay. So we're going to test it out. Now, I'm not going to put it in the African night crawlers because these are harder for me to replace. Well, because they're also more pricey. And the red wigglers are also harder for me to replace. So, for me, it's easier to replace, if they die, the European night crawlers. So, we're going to give it to them. And we're going to see how they do. And if it's okay and they love it, and, you know, after some time, then I'll give it to the others. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lift up the maxi pad and I'm going to put some here, and we're going to see what's going to happen. So as you can see, the manure is dry, and I expected it to have this like odor, and honestly I don't smell anything. So here it is. So here we go. Oh gosh. Please don't die. But if you do, I'm sorry. I'll replace you. I'm just going to do a strip underneath the wet maxi pad. Now I know I have enough worms in here to handle this amount. And you know, people ask me all the time, like, how do you know how much? And you know, you can't really tell by measuring. I mean, some people measure, but it takes experience and just learning. And you know, sometimes you mess things up, and sometimes things work out perfect. So, but in time, it will, you'll get the hang of it and you'll have more fun. But don't give up. You know, I've heard a lot of people just get frustrated and give up because worms die. No, don't give up. Don't give up. It's worth it. Trust me. So we're going to cover this and we're going to see what's going to happen. All right, guys. I'll bring you back. I took a chance and gave a couple of little pellets to the Alaskan ice worms. I told you I've been seeing a little bit of activity in here. I think there's a lot of babies in here that are eating. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And if they die, I'm just going to clean this out. And I'm probably going to order another one from the man in Alaska. I mean, we thought these guys were going out anyway. So let's give them a try. And I'll bring you guys back. So before I moisten it, I just want to see what they're doing in here. I put gloves on because, you know, it is rabbit poop. Okay. I see some movement down there. Honestly, they're not moving into it as fast as I thought they would, but I see a lot of babies, like little guys. I think they're liking it, and the guy who I bought it from told me that he doesn't deworm, so it's true, or they'd be dead. So I think they're enjoying the rabbit poop. You know, there was a lady on YouTube that I watched years ago. She said the best way to fatten your worms is by giving them manure. And I'm sure there are many other ways, like people feed like corn, and some people feed like chicken starter stuff, which you'd have to be careful and look and make sure it doesn't have like any chemicals or antibiotics or any weird things in it, because I'd be afraid to give it to them. But yeah, they're doing good. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's check on the Alaskan ice worms. Remember I told you I've seen movement and they're starting to come back, which I'm so happy. Okay, let's see. Well, the little pellets that I put in the middle are gone, so they've eaten it. And look at the little worm egg. So they're definitely breeding. Now you see how it's yellow? That means it's a new egg. When they turn dark, they're ready to come out. Here's one of the little guys. It's funny because I see everything disappearing, like the food or whatever, but I never really see the worms because I just think they're so tiny. They're coming up, eating, and then disappearing. Here's one of them. He's little, but he's doing well. It's a juvenile. But yeah, they did eat it. Oh, look, there's some more here. All right. It seems like this spot where I put the poop, they're like coming up to this area. So since they did that, I'm going to mix up this bin and I'm going to give them a little more. I'm so happy that this bin is coming back. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know you worm people understand that when you lose worms, it's just a little heartbreaking. I remember when AV, his channel's called AV, when something happened to one of his bins and they all died, and man, I just felt his pain. So let's see the European night crawlers. And yeah, I'm getting these bins right today. Oh man, these guys are always like very active. Look at this. Let me fix this lid. So I found a beet from last year in my garden that was not edible. It was just mushy and really gross. So I gave it to them and it looks like they're moving in. But let's see down here. Everything looks good. Look at that. They are eating everything, and yes, it's time to harvest. Yeah. Look at this little guy. Little guy. But yeah, they're doing very well. Very well. I'm very happy with these worms. Even though they're smaller than what I like, they're still doing very well. Look at this one's. I wish I could get it to focus. Look how swollen that thing is. Maybe it means it's gonna have an egg. I don't know. Look at that. They look very good. I'm very pleased with these worms. A lot of people raise them for that reason, because they're pretty awesome to work with. So let me give them back that. All right, so conclusion, the poop I got is safe to use, so I'm very happy. think it was $18 for 2 pounds, free shipping, something like that. But the 2 pounds it's a lot, like you can see it here, and it came in a pretty big box. These 3 containers are full, and all I do is put a sprinkle in between, so it's gonna last me a while. I love working with these worms when I'm off work. Sometimes even when I'm on work, I just come down and see them for a few minutes, just to make sure everything's okay, because, you know, I care about them so much. So it was a good idea. It was a good experiment. I'm very happy with the conclusion. All right, guys. Well, take care, and I'll see you next time. So here we have the manure down there. I put it in these containers to store it. I want to show you the poop. It's very, look, it's very dry. There's no moistness at all, which is probably good, because maybe that's why I don't smell anything. I know I don't have COVID. I've already been there and done that. Almost died. I should think about putting my worms in my will. So anyway, this is the label on the package that came in that white package inside. It was neatly packaged. I think that's a really nice label. And the little thank you note that I showed you at the bottom, and that's his name. So I'm going to keep you posted on this, and we'll see what happens. Cross your fingers. I've been asked, why do I like the manure inside the house, you know? Well, I'm down here in my basement, and I've done this before. I've given manure to my worms, rabbit manures, when I had a rabbit, and I never had a problem, and they loved it, and I never dewormed my rabbits or anything. But anyway, once they passed away, I didn't have a source for it. So everyone around here deworms. So I'm going to try this, and hopefully it'll work out.